There are three keys that will help you understand almost every word of Isaiah. Number one, everything in it, every word, pertains to the last days. Number two, Isaiah uses historical types to prophesy of things to come in the last days. And three, chapters 2 through 14 are a detailed timeline of the very last days. Well, let's go over these keys again. First, every word of Isaiah pertains to the last days. Shortly after Jesus' resurrection, he said, quote, "All things that he, Isaiah, spake have been and shall be." That's it. Nice and concise, as the Lord's words tend to be. All that Isaiah said has been and shall be. That word "and" is really important. Everything that Isaiah said, even those things that had been fulfilled anciently, would be fulfilled again. So, wait a minute. When Isaiah wrote about some historical event, how does that pertain to the last days? Well, that leads to the second of the three keys. Isaiah has been accused by some scholars of being a poor historian. They say he gets things out of order or skips important events entirely. But those scholars were missing the big point. Isaiah wasn't writing as a historian. He was writing as a prophet. He was using those ancient events as types of things that would happen in the last days. If he talked about an ancient covenant people being invaded in his own day, he was actually using it as a type of something to happen in the last days. That's why he included some things and omitted others, because he was prophesying of things that would happen in the last days. So, when exactly will these things happen? That leads to the third key. At the very beginning of his book, in just the second verse of what was originally his first chapter, this is chapter 2, Isaiah gives us a great gift. He says, quote, "And it shall come to pass in the last days," end of quote. This was originally placed at the very beginning of his book, and it pertained to everything else that followed. And then, to help us follow the timing of his prophecies, he gave us another gift, a literal timeline for the very last days. He doesn't give us dates, but he gives us a series of events that will happen in chronological order, the order in which they will happen, not in the order in which they did happen. I invite you to test this. Go back and read chapters 2 through 14 and see if the events he relates there don't follow in a logical order, in logical detail for what will happen in the last days. Now, you probably have some questions about this. How'd you learn this? Can it be proven? And if so, can it be proven and reproven? Well, if you're interested, I invite you to go to the website, thewordsofisaiah.com. That's thewordsofisaiah.com. And there you'll find the answers to these questions and many more. Isaiah can be understood. It needs to be understood, especially if we hope to prepare ourselves for the things that only he prophesies of in detail. I'm Curtis Taylor with the Words of Isaiah.